TV.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I've made one mistake in my life.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon, filling in for the great Larry Fedoruk today, 1 to 4, and tomorrow, and then he's back. No worries. He did not get shuffled out. I am Jim Fannon, honored to take the chair. Other ways that you can interact with the show, you have your digits. You can also tweet at 610 CKTB and at Jim Fannon. Include me on it as well. Touch me up on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Today on the show, it occurs for me that, well, I've been pointed out by some of my critics. I always sound angry even when I'm talking about happy subjects. Yeah, and I've been on my soapbox a little bit. I try to bring topics to the show that I'm actually passionate about. Hopefully I've got an educated take on it. So I do a little bitching, a little moaning. Today we're all feel-good radio. Kim MacLaren's in the booth with me today. I'll introduce her to you in a minute. At 1:30, Betty Lou Souter, we all know, community care. Come on out and help us. You're looking to do something in your community, something to give back. You know, my mother always used to say when I was having a tough day, feeling sorry for myself, beating myself up, she'd go, Jimmy, go out and do something for someone else. It's not about you. Feeling sorry for yourself. Kick me in the ass, send me out the door. I was 40 years old when she did that. So Betty Lou Souter at 1:30, December 13th. Come on out and help us. Make you feel good. Give us some money. Give your time. Time, treasure, talent. Bring it all. That's December 13th on the lawn of the White House of Rock, Talk, and Schlock. Fill the bus. Ram it full with community care, canned goods, and non-perishables. 2 o'clock, Ann Mantini, Executive Director of Wellspring Niagara, Cancer Support Facility. Many in this community have leaned on, privately funded. And at 3 o'clock, Carol Nagy from Hospice Niagara, another institution that is close to me. My mother spent her final days there almost 4 years ago now. Wow, what a facility. And I remember being so grateful to the volunteers and staff that worked there. Mrs. Clayton, I think it was. I rolled in there one time. She says, do you recognize me? No. I was your grade 3 and 4 teacher at Carleton. So I remember saying to one of the staffers, wow, like, thank you so much for how you're taking care of my mother and making sure she's comfortable. And we all knew it was her last days. And she looked at me and probably said this 1,000 times to 1,000 different people in different situations and said, you know what, we just do what we would want someone else to do for us or our loved ones. And wow, what a facility. So before I get all busted up, that's the show today. And am I still sounding angry? I'm really a nice guy. Sensitive. So honored to fill in for Larry Fedoruk again. He'll be back next week. We go 1 to 4. Today and tomorrow, Kevin Jack helping out as well. Larry carries a 4-hour show, man. We got big shoes to fill, and he makes it look easy. He doesn't need to stack it with interviews like the fourth line scrub that comes in for the holidays and the sick. So we will take your calls. 905-688-2582, 1-877-610. CKTB, pound 610 on your Bell Mobility Network. If you want to text, 61010. What are you doing in your community? You need some volunteer community hours? You want to make yourself feel good? Stop beating yourself up? Need a kick in the ass? Go do something for someone else. You can give it all kinds of opportunity today to help out. We'll take your calls. This is 610 CKTB.
On the county road. Don't talk about it.
The news of the day.
Environment Minister Jim Bradley says he is opposed to an Aboriginal deer hunt in Short Hills Park in St. Catharines.
All day.
It's usually controversial when the First Nations are exercising rights that they have under the Constitution.
Every day.
The hunt is in accordance with Native rights guaranteed under the Constitution, and the Ministry of Natural Resources is following the letter of the law.
News Talk 610 CKTB.
Rick, my man, happy holidays. Deck the halls, Dave. Hey, Anna, happy Festivus.
What has gotten into you?
The festive special at Swiss Chalet. Feeling it?
Swiss Chalet's festive special is back. For a limited time, enjoy a quarter of our famous slow-roasted rotisserie chicken, served with our new home-style stuffing, cranberry sauce, and Lindor chocolate truffles. Come in now, call, or order online.
La 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 la.
It'll definitely get you in the holiday spirit.
Telemarketing tales from your local Subaru dealers.
Hello.
Hello, may I speak with Margaret?
Speaking.
Okay, would you like to renew your subscription to Better Woman magazine?
Absolutely. And would you like to test drive a 2014 Subaru with all-wheel drive and top safety ratings?
Okay. Sir...
It's ma'am.
Ma'am, is your address the same?
Sure is. Did you know you can lease and finance rates from 0.5%?
I do now, sir.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Subaru of Niagara, looking after what matters, on Lake Street in St. Catharines. At Henley Honda Used Cars, we have invented a new brand of car. It's called Nearly New. Yes, you can get a nearly new used car that comes with a very stringent factory-mandated inspection, factory Honda warranty, and interest rates as low as 1.9%. We're also completely sanitizing our used Hondas. That means no mold or mildew, cleaned by a natural process that will ensure you get into a nearly new used car. Come check out Henley Honda and Skyway Fine Cars. From Buicks to Benzes, from trucks to T-Birds, we've got your next used car.
Susan, our website looks so old and stale. How do we give it a facelift?
Well, I can't update it myself. I think we need some help.
Need help with your website? Hi, I'm Bill Jansen at Future Access. Our professional web designers can overhaul your website so that it looks fresh and modern again. We also make it easy for you to update your website so that it always stays current. Visit futureaccess.ca and see what the Future Access team can do for you. That's futureaccess.ca.
Game on! Why wait for the kickoff, tip-off, or puck drop? To get your sports fix, the all-new Game On with Rod Mahood and Tom McConnell, weekdays at noon, only on the one voice for Niagara, News Talk 610 CKTB.
.610 CKTB weather. Today, sunny, wind 40 kilometers, gusting to 70, high of 8. Tonight, clear, becoming partly cloudy after midnight. Southwest wind at 30 kilometers, gusting to 50, low +5. Friday, mainly cloudy, high of 9. And Saturday, we got a mix of sun and cloud, low +4, high of 12. Right now, it is sunny in the beautiful city of St. Catharines, 8 degrees.
Ice Dogs hockey hits here.
Anthony DeFrucia in on goal. DeFrucia scores!
Tonight, your Niagara Ice Dogs welcome the Greyhounds to the Jack. Puck drops at 7. Pre-game at 6:30.
They bang away at it. Loose puck. Shot scored! Verhaeghe!
Brought to you by Joe Fetta's Greek Village, where the food and hospitality of Greece comes to your table. On the official home of the Niagara Ice Dogs. 610 CKTB.
This Christmas, the giving is easy with Best Way Bedding. Dreamy new gel and latex pillows from Best Way Bedding are perfect for everyone on your list. And if they've been really good this year, treat them to a luxurious new sleep set at Comfy direct from the factory savings. Best Way Bedding, St. Catharines' only mattress factory.
Best Way Bedding, the dreaming is easy.
50 Scott Street West in St. Catharines.
My wife told me that the trick to finding the best price is to just buy something. Because the second you do, you're going to find it for less, which is normally a bad thing. But with the Good Wrench Tire Price Match Guarantee, we'll match the best price on expertly installed brand name tires even up to 30 days after your purchase. The Good Wrench Tire Price Match Guarantee. Another reason you can count on Good Wrench. Visit your local Good Wrench dealer or goodwrench.ca for details. Some conditions apply. GM Good Wrench. Expert service at competitive prices.
For all of Niagara's news, this is Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTB, a division of Bell Media. This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Well, I sit here, some out the steps, and a voice say, hi, so what you got?
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon. Got a stacked program today. It's all feel-good radio. See if I can mess it up for you. Kim MacLaren's in the booth.
Hey.
With me today. I'm joined by Betty Lou Souter as well. Kim MacLaren, I brought in as, you know, you got some connections to the community. Certainly one with Betty Lou, and it's appropriate that she's here at the same time, so we'll cross over with you guys. Crossover is a radio term.
Gotcha.
At the end of the segment, and then we'll go one-on-one with Betty Lou. Kim MacLaren, certainly someone I consider to be a leader in the community. She has been for me anyway. Pretty involved. Preacher's daughter, if I can describe you that way. You might know her from Central Community Church. She sings the odd time up at the Scott Street location. She's the pretty brunette on the left most times, if you're in the theater at church. And Saturday night, you can catch her 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Niagara Falls campus.
Niagara Falls campus of Central. What church is it? Mountain View? Or it's Mountain Road?
In the Mountain Park.
Mountain Road
church,
there.
Yeah.
So, Kim, I appreciate your time. And tell us a little bit about who you are, where you come from. I know you're not a Niagara native.
I'm not a Niagara native.
Traveled around, did a lot of traveling around in your time.
Traveling is the preacher kid thing, right? So
yeah.
We moved a lot. I'm actually a Nova Scotia girl, down east, New Brunswick, PEI. I've lived in them all. But Niagara's home. And I love it here. I've been here for over 10 years. And it's good. So preacher's kid, yeah, that's fun. My sisters and I used to say, hey, we're PKs, we're perfect kids, perfect kissers. We had everything except preacher's kid, but it was great. I have this amazing family, grew up in this very amazing home, just loving people, loving life, faith, really good. And then, you know, sometimes life takes its little curveballs and you find yourself in situations you never thought possible. And so now I'm a divorced single mama and have just been on a journey and have come through some really tough days, but have come through tough days, and that's the key there. And so love Niagara, love what we're involved in, love our church, love this community, and just don't want to leave.
Awesome. Well, we're lucky to have you. It's definitely a leader. Now, tell me a little bit about your background, your training. You're trained in media. You've done some work, I know, co-hosting. Tell us about I'll get the names wrong, but he's going to be a guest on my show soon for a Sunday, so tell us what you've been up to.
Oh, goodness. I'm old now. So like 20 years ago when I was in university, I did study radio and television. I loved it. Had the opportunity to, I don't even know how I get to do half the stuff I get to do. I just kind of look at my life sometimes and go, I'm just a lucky girl.
Well, you walk into Henley Honda one day and they're shooting, they're shooting a commercial.
A little commercial.
And someone says, hey, we need a stand-in for the wife.
Yep.
And you and Dawson, you look, this is what I hear now. You look down at the script. Yeah, I can do that. And you walk on and one take it. They don't call you one take Kimmy for nothing.
It's fun. It's good. I love that stuff. You
know?
You've
just a walk on. Like, right.
Well, with those guys.
You don't have
that's
acting
easy.
training. Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah, you make it look easy. Like Larry makes it look easy. And, you know, you're a huge Larry.
Larry and I think we're soulmates, I think.
All the women love Larry.
I love Larry.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I mean, my role right now is mama. It's just mom for almost 13 years. Mama. So, but every once in a while, I've just been allowed great opportunities to just be on some cool stuff. There's a show that used to be on air through CTS in Burlington called Full Circle. Been able to be on that. I've co-hosted the Drew Marshall Show. He has a radio show on Saturdays in Oakville, and just great people. I don't know how I get it, but I'm grateful.
I get it.
Well,
okay,
you're kind.
And so do the people that give you opportunity, because you're just you're sitting duck for it. You know. Now, tell me a little bit about your father. Your father's been on the show here, and I don't get all
yes,
emotional, but I mean,
that's
what a
right.
great.
That was a great show.
Yeah, not a live interview, but we will get him back in. He was amazing in the booth there in Prod 3, as they call it, down the hallway. He closed the door, and it's just a one-on-one. And I wish I had more time, because it's a busy place around here, and people need the production studio, and so we kind of rushed him out at the end. But I got a full hour, and just what a passionate man!
Totally.
A couple times he completely filled up with tears talking about the work with kids, not kids. It's called
Men and
Teen
women.
Challenge, but it's 18 and older addiction. Treatment facility on site. Like for a year, you go away. Tell me what it was like growing up under Storm and Norman.
Storm and Norman. You
MacLaren.
know, I am so grateful. I have amazing mom and dad, and I know a lot of people have dysfunction and everything in their families, but everyone has dysfunction, and we do too.
We all got
for
baggage
sure.
about our parents.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you, my mom also, but my dad is he's just very simple in that he loves God. He loves people, and that's just all there is to it. And he exudes it in his life. He used to be on a television program, and he was the same 100 Huntley Street. He was the same off air as he is on air. Like, he just is who he is all the time. He's driven truck. He's pastored. He's now at Teen Challenge. He's just a cool man. What
I got about him, and I don't know, I'm a little aggressive. I got to take, and we had a short discussion about him coming on the show by phone. And he was great, and he kept referencing, a study that had come out that said that marijuana could lead and has, contributed to episodes of whatever it was, schizophrenia or something like that. And me, right?
I know.
So I get my back up right away, and I'm like,
I do know you,
said,
yes.
Mr. MacLaren, Norm, whatever. Let's not because I won't be able to shut my mouth if you bring that up. I will. It wasn't a live interview, so it was a lot different. And he set me straight like this. He says, Jim. I'm not coming to be provocative, controversial. I'm just here. We're just here to save lives. Yeah. And he wasn't talking about bringing people to God. He was talking about simply saving people from that, destruction. Whatever. Yeah.
A life that could have so much more meaning and purpose. We always. I have two sisters, and he just always would say, "Girls, now when you see a need, you meet that need." And that's just who you got to be. And that's just who my parents are.
Speaking of need, and Betty Lou Souter joins us in the booth today. Tell me about your experience, coming to town. It's a brand new town. You're a single mom for, this change in lifestyle for you, and the need that was there in the community that helped you out.
We've been here for a while, and I was 24 when I got married. You think that's for life and your dream and everything, and you have a couple babies, and then sometimes the dream just kind of takes a turn, and especially being a preacher's kid, like you just don't divorce, you don't go through those kinds of things, and I did, and especially someone who's singing in the church and all that, and that is just the turn my life took, just for reasons that everyone goes through, and certainly my story is not uncommon. But so 4 years ago, this is where I found myself, and scared to death, part-time job, wondering how in the world do I survive, and how do I do this with these two little kids, and oh dear God, how do I buy milk? And that year, I'm telling you, I'm not sure how I really got through, except that, there were amazing people placed along the path, and community care was definitely one of them. And until last year was the first time I ever told anyone that there were several times I had to walk up to those doors and walk through that door and give them my little card and ask for groceries. And, it was actually a freeing moment. I had lots of people say thank you for sharing that, because we just never know what someone's going through. And I come from a great background, but this was my story in my life, and kind of had nothing. I was at zero, totally at zero.
And you told that story, I think, to Tom McConnell for the first time right here at the what we're doing on the 13th, Friday the 13th.
I think someone, maybe it was you or Alex, pushed me into it and said, you have to share.
No.
I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And then, you know what, though? It's important, and I'm going to cry in the studio today, but it changed that year, and it helped us get through that year. And here I am 4 years later, better job, growing kids, and
donating to community care,
on them. and giving, and just really grateful.
We're going to get you here in a snowmobile suit, 6 o'clock in the morning on December
Absolutely.
13th.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll all be here. Tom McConnell, they broadcast from the steps of the White House of Rock, Talk, and Schlock. Next, Betty Lou Souter, Executive Director, Community Care.
Make me cry.
Local legend.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about somebody who's been doing some good work for a long time in the community. Want to get involved? You want to call in? You have the digits, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610. CKTB, pound 610 on your Bell Mobility Network. Text 61010. This is CKTB.
There are so many great things about fall. Vivid shades of orange, yellow, and fiery red. The crisp, fresh breeze. Warm, cozy evenings by the fire. Definitely not all the fall maintenance work. Snips Landscape is ready for the changing season. Fall maintenance and decor, landscape designs for next year, even snow removal. Snips Landscape is your partner for every season. Give them a call. Then sit back and enjoy. Leave the work to Snips. Snips Landscape, cultivating quality for over 30 years in Niagara. Snips.ca.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship celebrates its 20th anniversary in explosive style with UFC 167. Welterweight champion George St. Pierre defends his title against knockout artist Johnny Hendricks. Also, Chael Sonnen and Rashad Evans go to war. Metro PCS presents UFC 167, St. Pierre versus Hendricks. Live this Saturday night, only on pay-per-view.
See it live on Viewer's Choice.
Take a virtual tour of local businesses in the Niagara area, such as Maury Gardens and Auto Value Hyundai. Check out Inside Niagara under Lifestyle and Entertainment at 610ckTV.com.
Make your house your home and on budget with Stanford Hardware and Fireplace, especially with our special of the week.
Turn your fireplace into a cozy, cost-effective heat source with a Topaz insert by Majestic. Right now, save $500 off this direct vent gas fireplace insert, including installation. Sale ends November 16.
Call today for your free in-house estimate. Stanford Hardware and Fireplace, 905-356-2922. Town and Country Plaza, Portage Road, Niagara Falls.
A conversation at the Royal Henley Retirement Community.
I was reading about the new Arts Center downtown in the paper. It sounds really exciting.
Yes, it does. I saw the site the other day. The construction is really coming along.
I can't wait to go and see shows there.
I'm Sarah Rickards, Executive Director at the Royal Henley Retirement Community. Come join the conversation.
The Royal Henley Retirement Community. For a tour, visit 582 Ontario Street and online at royalhenley.com.
From the 610 CKTV News Center, Niagara, now.
Good afternoon, it's 1:30. I'm Jack Priftis. Here's what's making news. Mayor Rob Ford has apologized for making crude comments and responding to allegations contained in court documents. With his wife standing nearby, Ford told reporters the graphic remarks came after 6 months of relentless pressure. He said revelations of cocaine, escorts, and prostitution made public Wednesday had pushed him over the line. He called the allegations 100% lies. Ford did concede the stress was largely of his own making and said he was seeking professional help for his problems. However, he said his integrity as a father and husband had been attacked, prompting him to see red. While the scandals continue to grow around Toronto Mayor Rob Ford, a new YouTube video has been posted in an effort to counter all the negative attention. The minute-long video boasts that Toronto is more than Ford, and it features lots of colorful scenes from around the city as well as sports events and street festivals, but it has no images of Ford himself. The video, set to the song Live in the City by Canadian band Dragonette, had about 7,000 hits as of today. And Toronto police say hundreds of young victims have been rescued in a sweeping child pornography investigation. They say at least 386 victims were rescued as a result of Project Spade, and 348 people have been arrested around the world. 50 of those arrested are reported to be from Ontario, and 58 are from other parts of Canada. And police say school teachers, doctors, and actors were among those arrested. The probe initially focused on a Toronto man who instructed people to create videos of children aged 5 to 12, then distributed the videos to customers around the world. Checking CKTB Time Saver traffic, Niagara Regional Police not reporting any major problems in the region other than usual construction delays. Local highways are moving along without any problems. At the border, 15 minutes to the U.S. at the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge, 10 minutes to the U.S. at the Rainbow and Peace Bridges. Your 610 CKTB satellite weather forecast, nothing but sunshine this afternoon, a high around 8. Clear tonight, partly cloudy after midnight, low dipping to 5. Mainly cloudy tomorrow, the high is expected to reach 9. The weekend looks pretty good. Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 12, and cloudy with showers on Sunday, but a high around 16. For more news in Niagara, just go to 610ckTB.com or text us anytime with your comments and news tips at 61010. I'm Jack Priftis. News next at 2 o'clock with Rod Mahood on News Talk 610 CKTB.
For the latest information on healthy living, it's Lisa Live.
Stores have switched over to the holiday decor. Are you ready? On the next show, Nancy Taylor and James Antonio will fill your stocking with tips for maintaining a healthy holiday budget so the bills don't make you sick in January. Brought to you in part by Meridian Credit Union.
Lisa Live, Saturday mornings at 10 on News Talk 610 CKTB.
Purchasing new flooring for your home shouldn't be overwhelming. Discover the service, selection, and value of MacLaren Reynolds, your Niagara flooring experts. Our experienced flooring team will guide you through the latest solutions and styles in our extensive showroom collection of carpets, hardwoods, laminates, and the latest environmentally friendly options. Once you've narrowed down your choices, MacLaren Reynolds free, no obligation quotes are sure to please. Visit the MacLaren Reynolds showroom today at 28 Nehan Drive in St. Catharines. MacLaren Reynolds, your Niagara flooring experts.
John Bear Buick GMC.
The final few 2013s have to go, but with the new 2014s arriving daily, the deals are awesome. 0 down, 0 security, and 0 first payment on all 2014 model year leases. Just sign and drive away in your new 2014 with 0 out of pocket. Like the all-new Sierra Double Door from $349 a month. So come on by, visit johnbear.com or
Just call us in St. Catharines at 935 Bear.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. Jim Fannon filling in for Larry. Patrick Smolarek running the board. Saga, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Wind me up.
That's the one. Wind him up. Wind him up.
I'm all wound up. You need to wind me up. 905-688-2582. You have your digits. JimFannon@gmail.com. Twitter us at 610CKTB, at Jim Fannon. Betty Lou, thanks for taking time on short notice. I've been doing a lot of great gets on short notice, so thanks for making yourself available.
Oh, well, Jim, I'm always available for you because you always support community care in so many ways, so I was delighted to be able to shift a few things this afternoon to be down here to be on your show.
Well, it's pretty much for selfish reasons, you know what I mean? I get to come down, I get to hang out with guys like Tom McConnell and get their coffee, do whatever, and whatever you guys need, I love service in a way that I'm not getting paid, I'm not looking for anyone to pat me on the back. And, you get that anyway because the people that you meet are just awesome. So a lot of the staff here make it. I wouldn't know Bob Harris, who's the GM here, if I didn't come out. And so I guess, it's worked out well for me. But it just feels good to dress real warm and hustle, fill in the bus, and stand out on the road cold with Evan and I think it's Jimmy,
yes,
our ceremonial NRP. I'm going to get him to put Santa in the handcuffs this year. Porky, that kid, El Porco, I've been talking to him on Facebook. He's selling benches now instead of driving bus, but he just makes it for me. I just want to hang out with Porky when I'm here. Phil Porter. What a great guy.
No, Phil is a great guy. You know, it is a really great day, the Great Holiday Food Drive, and it is on Friday, December the 13th this year, and we're going to make that into a good luck day as opposed to a bad luck day because, you know, people are the superstitions and one thing about Friday the 13th, but we're going to turn it around and make it the best Great Holiday Food Drive ever. But
yeah.
I just wanted to say, Jim, how grateful I am to Kim sitting across the table from me for sharing her story because, you know, it certainly takes away from some of the stigmatism that some people have looking at the people that come to the door of community care for help. Kim is a typical example of somebody who came through the door. We gave her a boost when she needed it most. She's well on her way. You look at her today and see what she's done. And when people have the courage to tell that story, it empowers other people who are perhaps sitting at home saying, no, I can't go, I have too much pride, to go down and get that little boost that they need. So, Kim, on behalf of Community Care, we're so grateful for you for sharing your story. We're so pleased that we were able to help you and give you that little boost that you needed to get you on your way. And certainly, we have a friend forever, and it's extraordinary that to see how well you're doing now. And
you guys, thank you. Definitely. You know, I'm going to tell you the first time I sat in your parking lot, I sat there for a good 30 minutes and thought, I can't do this. I can't get out of my car. And you know, I haven't had a really bad life. This is just a really awful time. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm not sure how I would have gotten through the first year.
What do you, if you had to put it into words, what is it that you had to get over to open the door of the car, to make the drive there? Like, it must have been a whole process. What did you have to give up?
Probably a little bit of pride.
A little.
You know, a little bit of shame, because, you know, how can this
pride
been my life, and where am I at, and what will people think of me? Okay, it's pride. And a little bit of failure. How have I done this to my kids? It was really hard. But then, you know, I needed to also feed those kids, and grateful.
And I think that's the thing that we can't forget, that it's about the kids, because the kids quite often are unwilling victims in all of this. And we all go through life. We never know when we're going to hit a bump in the road. Sometimes it's a big bump, sometimes it's a little bump. And you have to be able to recognize that you will get better. And that's what we try to encourage people to do. And also have to hope that people aren't judgmental, because if Kim was sitting there in her car, people would come along and say, well, she has a car, why is she there? And the reality of it is, she had circumstances beyond her control, where she might have had a car in the better days, but she didn't have what she needed to make sure that her family was looked after. And as I said, a great example, hasn't been there for I don't know how long, helped her a few times, got her on her way. And look at how well she's doing today. So that's what we're all about. Yes, we have some people who have greater challenges. Obviously we do. But we have a wide spectrum of people. And we're finding more and more, Jim, that people are coming now who are like Kim, who have just hit that bump in the road through job loss, a lot of them through sickness. And they come, swallow their pride, and they come through the door and get that little boost that they need to get them on their way.
How many people would you say that come through the center on a yearly basis type of thing?
Well, we were doing our statistics now, and we provided about just under 20,000 units of service this past year. So that means 20,000 units of service. It could be for one person, it could be for three people. But we provided service to just under 20,000 people in the last year. And I can tell you on Tuesday, today is Thursday, on Tuesday of this week, we had 133 individuals and families that came to the door to have assistance in the food security program. We had probably about 100 people that were seeking access to shelter at the shelter program. And plus, we registered well over 150 people for the Christmas program.
On one day?
In one day.
Wow.
What was up? Why that day?
Why that day? Well, Christmas registration started on Monday.
Okay.
And people were lined up at 7:30 in the morning. I went to work at 20 after 7, and there was about a handful of people. They were just wanted to make sure that they got there. And they were there at 7:30. The doors didn't open until 9. And if you remember Monday, it was not a nice day. So we registered over 160 families that day for Christmas.
Wow.
Plus we had about 115 families that day. So it just it's just indicative of what's going on in the community. And it's a really rough time of year. And when the weather turns and it's colder as it is, there's some big challenges. And of course, the Access to Shelter program is extremely busy as well because people are finding themselves, at this point, utility bills are an issue. We help them with their utility bills. Everything sort of comes together in what's called the perfect storm. And they're facing eviction. We're trying to get them settled. We're trying to make sure that everybody has a warm bed each and every night. So my motto is a full tummy, a warm bed with a roof over your head each and every night. And to me, that is something that everybody in Niagara has a right to have.
And tell me a little bit about the numbers. Have they been consistent? Are they increasing? Spoke to Jim Marino yesterday. I'm a big fan of his at the Niagara Children's Center, and talked about how the need of the community really outweighs the resources they're able to provide based on the dollars that they can fundraise or that they extract from, I think, the provincial government. So how are you seeing the numbers? Are they increasing? Are you seeing, we always hear, the cupboards are bare, let's pony up. But how about the numbers? And have you seen them being constant? Are they going up? And, could you do more with more money? Could you service more people? Are you at capacity? And what's the relationship between need and service?
Oh, well, certainly we firmly believe that we will help everybody to the ability that we can. Our statistics so far this year have been up about 3 to 5% over the year. The biggest blip was in 2008. However, our Christmas registration, which has only been 3.5 days, is up anywhere between 10 and 12% over last year. So where it ends when Christmas registration is over will be interesting. But right now, it's higher than it has been in a while.
And tell me about the Christmas program. What is it they're signing up for?
Well, the Christmas program, they're signing up for a food voucher for their families. We firmly believe in the freedom of choice. We don't do the baskets, so we have people who do not necessarily eat meat or other things. So we give people the freedom of choice to take a food voucher down to one of the local grocery stores and buy enough food to provide a holiday meal for their families.
Wow.
And then there's toys for children under 13. And we try to ensure that everybody has hats, mitts, things like that, just to make sure that it's a nice Christmas.
Betty Lou Souter is my guest. We'll keep you up for another segment. Ken MacLaren in the booth as well. 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-CKTB. If you got a question, you can get in. Free call, pound 610 on the Bell Mobility Network, or you can text 61010. Give me a Gmail, jimfannon@gmail.com. On the other side, this is 610 CKTB.
Your body is a temple, so take care of your temple. Listen to CKTB Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. for HealthWise, a half hour of health talk with Julie Beaver.
This week, Caroline Farquhar from Renew Life joins me to discuss digestion, what enzymes are and how they can help improve our digestive system, and so much more.
Brought to you by HealthWise in the Seaway Mall, Welland. Only on 610 CKTB.
It's Rin's 20th year in West Niagara and 8 years since the doors opened at Rin's Furniture and Mattress location in Beamsville. What's the secret to Rin's success? Beautiful Canadian-made furniture, of course. Oh, and the comfy mattresses. Definitely the fun and fashionable home decor. Most of all, it's the exceptional small-town service that keeps customers coming back year after year.
Rin's Furniture, Mattresses and Hometown Sears Store, 4548 Ontario Street, Beamsville, and 3770 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls in the Mount Carmel Plaza.
Thankfully, our traffic reports flow better than the actual traffic. Get up-to-the-minute traffic and weather when you need it. Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTV.
.610 CKTV weather today. Sunny. It's beautiful out there, 8 degrees. That's our high. Tonight, clear. partly cloudy. Low +5. Friday, mainly cloudy. High of 9. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud. Low 4. High 12. Right now, it's 8 degrees in beautiful St. Catharines.
Hey, road warriors. You know who you are. In stop-and-go traffic, daily commutes, lineups, idling, you count on your car, so count on Jiffy Lube to keep you on the road and out of repair shops with quality oil changes and the routine maintenance your owner's manual requires. Jiffy Lube, service in minutes, no appointment. Road warriors, leave worry behind. Pull into Jiffy Lube today.
Visit Jiffy Lube at Thoraldstone Road, Niagara Falls, Niagara Street, Welland, and Hartsville Road, St. Catharines.
I'm Angie, Service Administrator for BD's Basics. Do you own your own business? Are you responsible for your company's operational costs? The average annual printing cost for a business is 6% of your revenue. That's a lot of dough. Our Print Save program with our HP Managed Print Advanced Specialist certification can save your business up to 30%. Call 905-688-4040 and say, I want Print Save.
For office supply on demand, think BD.
Get more for less at BDs.com.
If you're suffering from neck, shoulder, or lower back pain from any type of injury, see how Dr. Tony Barcelona and Dr. Megan West can help you. See their videos in the advisor section at 610ckTV.com. Brought to you by West Niagara Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Grimsby.
Rick, my man, happy holidays. Deck the halls, Dave. Hey, Anna, happy Festivus.
What has gotten into you?
The festive special at Swiss Chalet. Feeling it.
Swiss Chalet's festive special is back. For a limited time, enjoy a quarter of our famous slow-roasted rotisserie chicken, served with our new home-style stuffing, cranberry sauce, and Lindor chocolate truffles. Come in now, call, or order online.
La 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 la.
It'll definitely get you in the holiday spirit.
The days are shorter, and that cardigan's looking pretty good right about now. Yes, autumn's here, but not to worry. Fleming Windows and Mirrors Fall Window Sale gives you savings of up to $50 per window. Plus, easy payments when you finance on your Enbridge gas bill. Save up to $50 per window and enjoy your cozy autumn with Fleming Windows and Mirrors at 29 Maywood Avenue in St. Catharines. Celebrating their 40th anniversary, now that's a lot of windows.
Are you thinking of a custom-built home? What rooms go where? How long will it take? What about maintenance and utilities? I'm Dan Durstein of John Bolt Builders. You'll have peace of mind with our 15-year quality price and completion guarantee. You are protected from structural defects and price changes. Read all about it, plus our money back, on time, every time guarantee. Go to johnboltbuilders.com. That's Bolt, B-O-L-D-T.
The all-new Weekend Morning Show on News Talk 610 CKTV with Paul and Carol Mutt.
And they're saying, oh, God, not that. Oh.
Paul and Carol Mutt.
I don't know how the hell this happened. Carol said yes. Now I got to get up at 6.
This weekend, you should be listening to Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTV.
We are. Hello.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon. Sitting with Betty Lou Souter, Executive Director of Community Care, and Kim MacLaren, local hero. Superstar, rock star.
Make you write that down.
Tell me, what's it like to be on stage with Greg Sykes?
It's awesome.
Greg Sykes, a local realtor here, worship leader over at Central, stud.
Yeah, you know what? We just love to sing.
Yeah. I always, when my niece gets the chance and she's not working, I get the chance, we always fight about who's like most center in the front. Well, second row, we said. We call it the Greg Sykes Show.
That's funny.
Betty Lou Souter, tell us more about upcoming events. How can we dig in? I know we had a question off air. A caller wanted to know about registration for dates for the Christmas deal. So,
well, certainly, Jim, we're registering Monday to Friday from 9 until noon and from 1 until 4 up until December the 7th. But also, because we're finding a lot of people are what we consider working poor, and I hate to use the word poor because poor, you can have poor health or poor hearing or whatever. When I use the word poor. What I really would like to substitute for is less advantaged, because they don't have as much as everybody else. And I think that one of my staff taught me a long time ago when her children went to school and they said, "Mommy, are we poor?" And she says, "No, we're not poor. We just don't have as much as everybody else." So there are some people that are working and having difficulty making ends meet, don't have as much as other people, and particularly at Christmas. So we've got some Saturdays, Saturday, November the 23rd and Saturday, December the 7th. From 9 until noon, we'll be doing a Christmas registration. And we'll also be doing it on Tuesday evenings, November the 19th and December the 3rd, from 6 until 8 p.m. So that affords the people who have a job but are still having difficulty making ends meet, come by and help and get the registration and get the help that they need.
Okay. A contact, location, website. Is there places that people can go to get some information as well? Absolutely. The website is communitycarestca.ca. That's communitycarestca.ca. They can call at 905-685-1349. That's 685-1349. They can drop by at 129 Church Street is where we're doing our Christmas registration, which is at the front of the building, or they can go to the back of the building where the infamous parking lot where Kim was, which is at 12 North Street. 12 North, okay.
Either or, the front of the building or the back of the building. We're right on the corner of Church and Court Street, the old Hydro building for people that aren't familiar or who are familiar with our location. And there's an entrance on the Church Street side, but there's also an entrance on the North Street side.
Tell me about opportunities to volunteer outside of December 13th. I mean, 13th is great. You get to hang out with cool people. You've got amazing stories with McConnell and Jack Peets and Tim Dennis and Larry Fedoruk and rotating the chair. Stories like yourself, in a different role, people that have used the services, people just coming down and dropping off money. They get behind the mic and they just, tell us about the opportunities outside of that day, which is, again, just so heartwarming and makes you feel so good. Opportunities throughout the year to come down and dig in.
Well, certainly there's opportunities all the time. And right around the Christmas time, we have opportunities for people to help us sort food in our offsite location, because it can be pretty overwhelming. And what they need to do, they have to be a certain age. There's safety regulations that you can't be too young to be there. We try to accommodate as many people as we can, but we have what we call Saturday sorts. This weekend, there's going to be the fill of buses at the local grocery stores. There's lots of events going on. You need to go to our website and see where they are. But you'll see us out quite a bit in the next little while. Mm-hmm. And I just ask you not to be judgmental. If everybody just gave a little bit, one person wouldn't have to give a lot. And it's really easy to do. So if anybody's interested in volunteering in any of our programs, go to the website, communitycarestca.ca, or call 905-685-1349. and see what volunteer opportunities are there. We need volunteers. We have a staff of 21 and a volunteer army on a regular basis of 160 a week.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. We wouldn't be able to make it without volunteers. So we are a volunteer-driven organization. They're the backbone of the agency and the programs we deliver. They do tremendous tasks, as menial as helping us clean the floors, cleaning the fridge, handing out food, right up until helping us at Christmas registration, helping us with food vouchers and things like that. There's all kinds of things that people can do. But I always say to the people when they come in, even the smallest of tasks makes our jobs a lot easier. So to be able to do what we do, we need the volunteers. And having 180 in the organization a week can be a challenge to manage. However, during the next few weeks, we'll increase our volunteer base by another additional 300 people. That's what we need to get through.
Well, do you ever get crossover? People using the service, actually digging in, sticking around to help out as well?
I think the most rewarding things are
because talk about telling a story. If you're volunteering, you're on the front line. Somebody you must have people that have used the service, obviously, coming back.
Absolutely, and they come back and they want to come back. I always remember the gentleman that would come back, and he would always bring something menial, but it was all that he had to give. But because now he was independent and self-sufficient, it gave him the ability to give back. And that means a lot to people. It means that they're paying it forward, and they're making sure that it's there for them the next when they need it the next time. And certainly if you listen to the people on the Great Holiday Food Drive, Jim, you've been around long enough to know some of the stories are very compelling. There's a gentleman who comes over every year from Toronto on the bus. He's visually impaired, and he comes down the street, and he's always carrying his box of macaroni and cheese. And he listens on the radio when he comes in, and always brings us a box of macaroni and cheese. And just to be here and to be part of the day, and that's my emotional moment when I see him coming down the street.
You know, Jimmy, your mom was dead on when she told you to
stop feeling
sorry for yourself and get out and give and do something. Listen, I am just a mama living in St. Catharines. I have anything to probably share here today, and the fact that you asked me is bizarre. But I do know what giving does. It has happened to me firsthand. I've had community care. I've had people put Christmas gifts under our tree. I've had it, and I've been able to give and say to my children all the time, always be kind and let's always give, because we never know someone's stories. They're our neighbors. They're our community. And Alex DeGeneres was dead on in your show on Sunday, just saying we can be greater than what we are. So let's get out into our own city. Let's be greater. And being greater to me is let's give, and let's be that.
Well, people get put on your path and in your way, and sometimes there's they're an obstacle that you need to get around, or sometimes it's something you need to get over. But I hope you need to hear this message today, and you need me to kick you in the ass just through the little speaker in your phone or on the dash of your car. Get down to community care. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Dig in and go do something nice for someone.
Yes.
Kim, thank you for your time. I'll hold you over. Andy Mantini's coming in. Betty Lou Souter, awesome. I really appreciate the get on short notice, and thank you so much. And I can't wait. I'll be here at 6 o'clock.
Awesome. It's sunrise to sunset, eh?
Yeah, I'm usually that guy.
Day.
Last couple of years, I have been that guy. The year before, I think I got here late. But, I love doing the 12-hour shift. It's just so cool to hang out with these guys down here. So
it's a wonderful day, and we wouldn't get through Christmas without it. So we hope everybody marks it on their calendar and comes and sees us on Friday the 13th.
You always know that you're going to see Jim Bradley here.
Absolutely.
Woody the Texter is going to show up with a mitt full of Canadian Tire money. You always Jack Peets, Tom McConnell, Larry Fedoric, all the crew, Mark Monroe. It's a great feel. This is 610 CKTB. After this, we're going to Ann Mantini. She's the executive director of Wellspring Niagara.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I've made one mistake in my life. I should have burned Berlin down.
I'm Jim Fannon. Welcome back. I'm your kick in the ass today, your message. I've been put on your path to tell you to suck it up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and go volunteer. Do something nice for someone, as my mother used to say. Stop it, Jimmy. Ann Mantini, executive director, Wellspring Niagara. Great to see you.
Nice to see you too, Jim.
Thanks for coming in on short notice.
Thank you.
I kind of scrambled today. I had a little theme I was going with, inspired by Kim. She's, got a great story, and I just went with it. I've been meaning to touch base with a lot of you folks. Jim Marino on yesterday. I got a lot of time for Jim Marino, and I think I was crossing my fundraisers up, telethon versus community care. And so anyway, Betty Lou Souter, thank you to her for coming in beginning of the show. Ann Mantini's the executive director of Wellspring Niagara, a cancer support network here in St. Catharines, completely privately funded.
Yep, community support is what
so
we
unlike
receive.
Community Care and the Peninsula, the Niagara Children's Center, you
We don't receive any funding from the government. We don't receive any United Way funding. We're not supported by any other cancer-related organization. We are solely supported 100%.
Can we started on that?
Well, we're solely supported by the community. So 100% of the dollars we raise comes from the residents and businesses of Niagara. The money goes directly into our programs that we offer, that are offered free of charge at our center, and we're just so grateful to the community who've embraced Wellspring Niagara, and we're just so pleased that we can provide these programs that we do to so many families.
Well, it's all on you, Anne. Really, tell us the story. Tell us, this is how this was born. It just occurs for me. How can I have you on the show without actually? I know you've told this story 1,000 times. You've been there a long time.
Thank you, Jim. And I know you're very well familiar with the story, and my brother Aldo, who really was the inspiration to bringing Wellspring Niagara to the community. In 1998, my younger brother Aldo was diagnosed with malignant melanoma. And it was at that time he was looking for resources in the community supportive care resources. And there was really nothing available to him or to the rest of the family. And he learned of the programs and services offered at a center in Toronto called Wellspring, and it was offered in a little coach house downtown Toronto. And he was just so impressed with what the services people were receiving there free of charge, and actually I benefited from the programs offered at Wellspring in Toronto as a family member and caregiver. I was living in Toronto at the time and used the services, and I can tell you it made a huge difference in how I coped with my brother's diagnosis and dealing with the rest of my family. Just family dynamics change during that time. There's a lot of stress, anxiety.
Different leaders emerge.
Exactly, and it was great to have a resource, a place to go that I could share my feelings, share my fears, and learn coping strategies, and also learn to talk to my brother and be there for my brother. And he saw the difference that it made in me, and he knew that he could have benefited from the services, and so could the rest of our family have benefited. And so he took the initiative. He thought, well, I've got this disease, and I'm going to do something with it. And I think that, he wanted to start a cancer support center here in the Niagara region and bring Wellspring to Niagara. Unfortunately, Aldo lost his battle in February 1999, and before he passed away, he made me promise to continue with his efforts.
He made a lot of people promise a lot of things.
I know. Well, he did. He was a
powerful man.
He was, at 31 years of age, I can tell you, I've never known such a dynamic individual, and someone who was just, he accepted everything that was handed to him, and he wanted to make a difference, and he just was an incredible human being. I'm very, very proud of him. So it was a promise that he made me make, and along with the support from the rest of my family, and really not realizing how quickly it developed. Once we knew that we could use the model of Wellspring and use the name of Wellspring, the model of programs, there was a team of individuals, volunteers from across Niagara, of incredible leaders who have done incredible work, who came together to bring Wellspring, to develop it. And in June of 2001, we raised enough money to hire a manager. So we had one staff, and we had recruited 35 volunteers, and they were trained to provide peer support. And we opened a little center in Thorold on Shimon Parkway. And we're still there 13 years later. And since that time, we didn't know who would use the services at Wellspring. That first year, we registered, I think, just over 700 program attendances. And since that time, we have registered now over 40,000 program attendances from men, women, and children who are affected by cancer. And so it's not just the patient, it is also the family members and caregivers that can benefit from the programs at Wellspring.
Awesome. And Mantini is my guest, Executive Director of Wellspring Niagara. You want to get in? 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-CKTB, pound 610 on the Bell Mobility Network, or text right into the booth. 610-10 on the other side, more with Ann Mantini. This is 610 CKTB.
What's the matter?
Oh, I'm tired of painting the house every couple of years. We need maintenance-free siding, soffit fascia, and eaves troughs from Duotemp. They're local, and they've been doing quality home improvements for over 65 years.
Let's call for a free estimate and then go out to dinner.
Hi, I'm Bob Allen from Duotemp. Call us today for your free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, and more. One phone call can save you a lot.
Call 905-227-6692 or go to duotemp.ca or visit our showroom at 105 Merritt Street, St. Catharines.
Niagara Region wants to keep old electronics out of our landfills. Starting November 1st, electronics like phones, stereos, computers, and televisions will no longer be accepted for curbside garbage collection. Instead, drop them off for free at any of the region's recycling and waste drop-off depots. Donate them to charitable organizations or bring them to participating retailers for proper recycling. Together, we can keep old electronics out of our landfills. Visit NiagaraRegion.ca to learn more.
The puck drops here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are on the ice and on the air on 610 CKTB. If you can't be at the game, listen to 610 CKTB and catch the play-by-play action. Brought to you by Auto Value Hyundai in Niagara Falls. They treat you like family. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Catch the game on the voice of Niagara by day and the voice of the Leafs at night. 610 CKTB.
610 CKTB weather. Today, sunny. Make you feel good. High of 8. Tonight, clear. Becoming partly cloudy after midnight. Winds out of the southwest at 30 kilometers an hour. Low +5. Friday. Mainly cloudy. 30-kilometer winds, high of 9. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud. Low +4. High of 12 degrees. Right now it's 8 degrees in sunny St. Catharines.
Hi, I'm Charlie Nickerson Jr. from Nickerson Appliances. The other day I had a conversation with a customer. She needed a new dishwasher and was well aware of our reputation for quality and service. Well, she made the assumption that Nickerson's would cost more than box stores. Well, with dishwashers starting at only $3.99 plus our legendary service as standard, can you really afford to buy your new dishwasher anywhere else?
Nickerson Appliances, 50 Russell Avenue, St. Catharines. NickersonAppliances.com.
Hello, I'm Chris Richard from the personal injury law firm of Graves Richard Harris. At Graves Richard Harris, we understand that a fall or an accident can turn your life upside down. If you've been injured, you don't need to go through it alone. Contact Graves Richard Harris and let our team work with you to get the compensation you deserve. And remember, there's never any fee until your case is won.
For a free, no-obligation claim evaluation, call Graves Richard Harris or visit www.hurtline.ca. That's hurtline.ca.
A conversation at the Royal Henley Retirement Community.
I was reading about the new Arts Center downtown in the paper. It sounds really exciting.
Yes, it does. I saw the site the other day. The construction is really coming along.
I can't wait to go and see shows there.
I'm Sarah Rickards, Executive Director at the Royal Henley Retirement Community. Come join the conversation.
The Royal Henley Retirement Community. For a tour, visit 582 Ontario Street and online at royalhenley.com.
It's a matter of trust. Niagara Battery and Tire.
November has arrived, and people are asking, do winter tires really make a difference? At Niagara Battery and Tire, our answer is always the same. Winter tires are the best investment in your safety to handle our region's fluctuating winter temperatures. Winter after winter, the Michelin X-Ice Xi3 helps you stay safer in all winter conditions, not just snow. It stops up to 10% shorter on ice and lasts up to 2 times longer than leading competitors. Also, when you purchase 4 Michelin winter tires before December 15th, you'll get a $70 mail-in rebate. Certain conditions apply. Visit us for all the details. So make safety your priority with Michelin winter tires. Visit Niagara Battery and Tire in Welland, St. Catharines, and Niagara Falls, and you'll receive expert service and advice you deserve. Install your Michelin winter tires now and be ready for cold driving weather. Visit NiagaraBatteryandTire.com.
It's a matter of trust. Niagara Battery and Tire.
When your plumbing's broken and your drains won't flow, call on Mr. Rooter, he's the plumber we all know. Ready to assist you and he really loves to serve. Mr. Rooter is the plumber you deserve.
Why does Mr. Rooter Plumbing call you first before arriving at your home? Because Mr. Rooter knows you like to be informed and feel safe, knowing that he's coming to your door. There's a reason they call us Mr.
Mr. Rooter is the plumber you deserve.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon. Sitting with Ann Mantini, Executive Director of Wellspring Niagara, just talking off air. Tell me how blessed you feel. Like losing your brother at such a young age. I know your family was so tight. You know, Italian background. I'm munch cake as it comes. You know that. I don't get that whole. Well, I get it. I never experienced it in my family unit of the culture, the European culture of. It's different. And, you know, Christmas is like at my Christmas table, man, it's quiet, man. You're eating. You want to talk a little bit. That's fine. You need earplugs at your family's Christmas.
My immediate family.
And there's 40 of you. The longest table you ever seen. Nona cooks the big seafood scoff. She still do that at
their tuna sauce.
You just tell me, you know, I just feel I didn't know we were going down this road. You're a friend of mine. We go way back. I love the work that you've done. I've leaned on you, you know, when my mother had cancer and she was taking the oral chemotherapy and how now just, you know, to get your take on it. And so I feel blessed to have known you and to have been there when Aldo was handing out inspiration, essentially, you know, and just making it so easy for us to say goodbye to him and promise him a few things on the way out. I mean, how do you take something so tragic, you lost your little brother, just into a blessing?
Well, I think
that moves you forward.
Well, you know what? He was such an inspiration to all of us, and you know, he was the youngest of the family, and just was such an old soul, just so accepting. He made it easy for us to say goodbye to him, and he said what he wanted to say to each and every one of us. And I think that was such a gift that was given to us, and you can't. You know, how can you not be thankful for that? Every word, you know, I still remember every word that we said to each other, up to the very last moment. And he was just such a, I don't know, he was just such a unique person. I still hear people come in, you know, to Wellspring, or I'll see people on the street that talk about Aldo, you know, from his teachers to students that he went to school with, you know, girls that had crushes on him in school. You know, like, it's really nice to hear stories.
I don't imagine there was many of those.
Yeah, he was a nice guy in school, and he was so likable liked by everybody. And I just think, you know, he wasn't the Superman at all. He was just a normal guy, but he just accepted what was handed to him. And you know, I think the hardest thing for him was leaving his son. Certainly his son had just turned a year, a week before he passed away. And that was the hardest thing for him to have to leave behind, and his wife. But he was just accepting and wanted to go out with a bang. You know, that was his big personality. So he just took every moment, and he made it his own. And so I think that, you know, it was you never forget him. Again, I'm very proud and honored to have to call him. He was my baby brother. You know, he still is my baby brother.
He could take it and he could dish it out. I remember watching the dynamic of him and Papa Lou. Yeah. Unbelievable, the things that they would say to each other and get away with and laugh it off.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but, you know,
what did you just say to him?
But he was Aldo. Everybody loved him. You know, he was such a great spirit, a great guy. And so yeah, miss him terribly. But you know, I think that's why Wellspring, for me at the time, you know, I sometimes think he made me promise to do it. I always wonder, why me? But I think he knew I needed something, because he and I were very, very close. And even though he was my younger brother, I leaned on him a lot in my entire life. And I think he thought I needed something to really focus on. So hence he said, here, promise me you'll do this. And not knowing how or what was going to happen, he said, you'll do it. And he made everyone promise to support my efforts. So it was, I think he still had a hand in it. I don't think doors open, just people came in for, they were there at the right time. Just
on the path. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. And, nothing's a coincidence. So that's what I believe. And I think that, now Wellspring is making such a huge difference in people's lives. It's great to see that for, my brother, his life wasn't in vain. It was meant to be, not only to bring his son into the world, but also to, to have maybe Wellspring Niagara here in the community. I'd like to think that.
Yeah, the great Aldo Mantini sitting with Ann Mantini, rock star herself of the Mantini sisters. Kim MacLaren plays around with the microphone once in a while as a singer as well. Sitting in the booth with me today. Tell me about the programs you offer. We talked about how many people are coming through the program. You're saying about 500 a year, 385 are new?
Yeah, about 385 to 400 are new people that walk through the doors. So on average, we serve about just over 500 people, individuals. Out of that, we register over, I don't even know how many attendances now, maybe over 6,000 attendances a year. Off the top of my head, it's just an astronomical number.
And that's just not people with cancer. That's people, family members dealing with the people in their lives that have cancer.
I think, cancer brings a lot of questions into people's lives. For caregivers in particular, patients have the one obvious thing, what do I tell people? They feel so alone. They feel so isolated. How do I talk to my family? Financial issues are huge. What happens? Where will my money come from? How can I, get through this and get back into life and feeling like myself again? And for caregivers, it's, the feeling of, I know for myself, it's the loss. It's the, how can they help their loved one? How can they make sense of everything that's happening? Dealing with guilt. That happens a lot with caregivers. I know that for a fact. And how can I learn about, caring for my loved ones? So there's a lot of questions on both sides and needs on both sides. Everyone has to take care of themselves to get through a difficult situation. And so that's what we try to do, is provide coping strategies and tools for everybody involved.
Ann Mantini is Executive Director of Wellspring Niagara. You need help dealing with cancer in your life? Google them. Look them up. Great support network here in the community. Also probably an opportunity to serve, too, if you're looking to volunteer. We got community care. We'll have Hospice Niagara coming up at 3 o'clock. But now, I believe we're going to a Kathleen Wynne news conference. We're going to tap into that when it comes up live. This is 610 CKTB.
I don't know where I'm gonna go, don't know what I'm gonna do.
From slap shots
Finds the castle, scores!
to uppercuts,
Frost and Fraser throwing punches here at the Leaf bench.
hear all the ice-kicking action
Fun up, levels the boom in the corner.
right here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are on CKTB.
Stop by Bernier.
Tomorrow, the Leafs take on the Sabres. Puck drops at 7 p.m.
Kessel holding, firing, scores!
Details at 610CKTB.com.
Hi, this is Kathy from Rainmakers Dutch Imports. It's that time of year again, time for chocolate letters. Why not try something new and pre-order them so you're sure to get the initials you want? We have milk, dark, and white letters at only $1.59 each, or buy 10 or more and get 10% off. And while you're here, check out all the traditional Dutch treats that are only available at this time of year. So come on down to 579 Ontario Street, and remember, as we always say, you don't have to be Dutch to shop at Rainmakers.
Do you have heel or foot pain?
Have you been diagnosed with plantar fasciitis?
If so, you need to know about Shockwave Niagara.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Gadsby from the Maximum Recovery Center in Beamsville.
And I'm Dr. David Lepprich from Welland Avenue Chiropractic in St. Catharines.
Radial shockwave therapy is one of the most effective treatments for chronic plantar fasciitis.
At Shockwave Niagara, we can help alleviate your plantar fasciitis, often in just 3 to 6 sessions.
Give us a call.
Find our phone numbers at shockwaveniagara.ca.
Moving at the speed of technology, Highland Refuge Advanced Hybrids contain all the power of the industry's leading trait technology in a single bag solution for refuge compliance. With the broadest spectrum of insect control, Highland Smart Stacks are built to take corn yields to the next level. Highland's 8552RA has a place on every farm. This 3100 heat unit corn hybrid offers outstanding yield potential across a wide range of soil types and environments. Order from your local Highland dealer or find one at highlandseeds.com.
My favorite Zappy's Pizza memory? Definitely Friday nights after the game. It didn't matter if we won or lost. It was always a celebration at Zappy's.
Zappy's Pizza continues the tradition of old-fashioned family fun. Enjoy one of Zappy's famous family-style meals, or let your kids create their own pizza right at the table. Order online at Zappys.com, or better yet, relive your favorite Zappy's Pizza memories in the dining room on Stanley Avenue at Dunn in Niagara Falls.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship celebrates its 20th anniversary in explosive style with UFC 167. Welterweight champion George St. Pierre defends his title against knockout artist Johnny Hendricks. Also, Chael Sonnen and Rashad Evans go to war. Metro PCS presents UFC 167, St. Pierre versus Hendricks. Live this Saturday night, only on pay-per-view.
See it live on Viewer's Choice. From the 610 CKTV News Center, Niagara, now.
Good afternoon, it's 2:30. I'm Rod Mahood. Here's what's making news. Another apology from Toronto Mayor Rob Ford. With his wife by his side, Ford gave a very brief statement in which he apologized for his lewd comments involving oral sex when denying the latest allegations against him. He says allegations of cocaine use, escorts, and prostitution made public yesterday pushed him, quote, over the line. Also today, Ford admitted to the possibility that he had driven after drinking in the past, telling reporters he's not perfect. Ford says he's receiving support and advice from a team of healthcare professionals and pleaded with reporters to respect his family's privacy. Premier Kathleen Wynne will be addressing the Rob Ford situation any minute from now, and CKTB will carry it live. The death toll in the Philippines from Typhoon Haiyan has climbed to more than 4,400 people. The UN says the latest numbers were confirmed by the Philippines Department of Social Welfare and Development. The United Nations says almost 12 million people have been affected by the massive storm, and almost 1 million people are homeless. And the federal heritage minister has given the National Broadcast Regulator until the end of next April to deliver a report on so-called pick-and-pay television services. Shelley Glover says the document must include the steps the CRTC plans to take towards unbundling TV services, which she says will offer choice and better service to customers. Industry Minister James Moore said in the past that the government will force companies to allow Canadians to pick and choose which channels they want rather than requiring them to buy packages. Checking CKTB Time Saver traffic. No accidents to report at this time. Just your normal construction spots and delays across the region. On the Border Patrol, 10-minute delays into the States at the Peace Bridge. As for the Welland Canal bridges, all are down and available right now. Satellite weather today, sunshine with gusting winds and highs near 8 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, more wind with a low of 5. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies, high of 9 degrees. The weekend as of now, Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, 12 the high. And Sunday, cloudy with a good chance of showers and a high of 16 degrees. Right now, it's 8 degrees at 2:32. For more news in Niagara, go to 610ckTB.com or text us anytime with your comments and news tips at 61010. I'm Rod Mahood. News next at 3 o'clock on News Talk 610 CKTB.
At Henley Honda Used Cars, we have invented a new brand of car. It's called Nearly New. Yes, you can get a nearly new used car that comes with a very stringent factory-mandated inspection, factory Honda warranty, and interest rates as low as 1.9%. We're also completely sanitizing our used Hondas. That means no mold or mildew, cleaned by a natural process that will ensure you get into a nearly new used car. Come check out Henley Honda and Skyway Fine Cars. From Buicks to Benzes, from trucks to T-Birds, we've got your next used used car.
My name is Drew Green, founder of Shop.ca. We are Canada's largest online department store. At Shop.ca, we've been working our tails off to find ways to save you money on the things you buy every day. That's why, for a limited time, we have a special offer for a select number of Canadians. You gotta Shop.ca today to discover how you can save $50 off a $100 purchase. With $50 off at Shop.ca, you can really shop your tail off this holiday season.
Straight to Premier Wynne addressing Rob Ford's situation live at Queen's Park right now.
From day one, we've been watching this situation closely and listening very carefully. Events continue to move quickly, and the things that we are seeing and hearing about Mayor Rob Ford are truly disturbing. Yesterday, City Council voted to request the Mayor take a leave of absence. As Premier of Ontario, there are 4 principles that are currently guiding me. 1, the City of Toronto has a mayor and a council that were elected by the residents of Toronto and must be accountable to them. It's up to the municipal level of government to address the issues that they face. It is not the provincial government's role nor its intention to impose its preferences on that level of government. 2, Toronto City Council has to be able to function. 3, if Council were to clearly indicate that they lack the ability to function as a result of this matter, the province would respond to a request from Council to be provided new tools depending on what that request might be. 4, because of the extraordinary and unique nature of any intervention by the province, I would consult with the other party leaders to see whether the legislature could move unanimously if required. The last thing this terrible situation needs is an overlay of partisan politics. Within Ontario's legislature and across this city, we all have the responsibility to stand together to represent the best interests of the people. On that note, I want to say something to the people of Toronto and to the citizens of Ontario. At every level of government, your representatives are here to serve you. Toronto is a great city in an amazing province. We have a proud history and we have a great future. Toronto is more than one politician. It's more than one government. Ontario is more than one politician or one government. I understand that people are affected by what's happening at this moment, but I want the people of Toronto to know that we will not be defined by this, and we'll work together to ensure that the people's interests are served. J'aimerais dire quelque chose à l'ensemble de la population de Toronto, de même qu'aux citoyens et citoyennes de l'Ontario. À tous les paliers du gouvernement, nous sommes là pour être à votre service. Toronto est une grande ville qui fait partie d'une remarquable province.
Okay, so we've heard from Premier Wynne. Wow. Just wish this would go away. The Ford saga continues. I'm starting to feel sorry for this guy. Sorry. Who knew my opinion would shift so quickly? I said to Tim Parent earlier, like, what is it? Entitlement? Well, he just doesn't get it. You know, he's obviously got a problem with substance abuse. If he's not an addict, he's a dependent, an abuser, for sure. I mean, but I can't help think, and I don't understand mental illness. I understand a touch of it here and there. You know, we all have our bad days. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Sometimes you just feel like, I'm not right today. You know, I hate my life. I think God hates it too. You know, we all have our days, but I look at him and I go, you know what? Maybe it's just the drugs. Maybe it's the alcohol, but I can't help but think that he's just so far from reality that maybe there's something medically. And again, I don't pretend to understand mental illness. I hope I never have to go through something like that, but he's just so out of touch with reality. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him and his wife and his kids, and he's such an a-hole, though, is the problem. You know, it's so easy to be mad at him because like, you see the clips.
I know.
I watched TV for the first time last night. I was introduced to CBC for the first time again last night. I actually enjoyed the Lang O'Leary exchange or whatever. What a great show. The only reason I put my TV on is to see sports. And last night I get off my shift and a couple things to do, work related on the way home. And I get home and boom. My brother's like, what are you listening to for it over and over? And I haven't played it once. Oh, yeah, it's on CBC News World because that's the feed I'm listening to just to get caught up. And they're showing the clip after clip after clip. It's just this arrogant, spoiled brat and this sense of entitlement that I just don't understand. And I get that he's got a lot of supporters. I get that he comes from money. He's probably been protected, probably used to getting his own way, used to treating people like you know what and getting away with it. I mean, just his racial comments in the past at council. And anyway, I'm kind of laboring the point a little bit, but I find myself actually feeling sorry for the guy. Like, somebody's got to have access to this guy that thinks a little straighter than he does. And certainly it's not his brother or family, obviously. You think at some point somebody would get through to him and go, Rob, I love you, and you know I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't care about your best interest, but you need to step down, you need to get some help, you need to seek forgiveness. I mean, forgiveness is not just saying I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I see a clip yesterday of him saying, well, it never happened again at the Air Canada Centre. Oh, like, wow. Just shocking. And now, obviously, the province, I don't know. I've got a hard time with Wynne coming in on this. We know what the mechanisms are to get rid of a mayor. We know that the province is powerless. Unless certain things happen. I don't know. I just maybe see it as politicking. And, I'm having a hard time. I guess politicians can't never do anything right in my eyes sometimes. I mean, I will call a spade, and I'll tell you if I think a policy's good. I'll tell you if you're coming to the plate with something that's honorable and has integrity. I don't know. I see it as more what now Wynne wants her shot in the limelight to look good, to be the manager, the premier. I'm managing the situation. I'm the spokesperson for the province. Here I am, and I'm going to get my licks in. I'm going to get my looky goods. Unreal.
Well, don't we need someone to do that, though?
I'm not sure. Do we? Do we need Kathleen Wynne to come to the lectern and say, well, here's what goes down? We know what goes down. We know if council doesn't sit for 60 days, that the province can step in and say, you got to dysfunctional.
Maybe she just needs to remind us of that.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right.
Maybe we need to hear that. Maybe we need to go, well, actually, they are watching, and something will be done here. Yeah. I agree with you. I'm feeling sorry for him, too, right? Because really, in the middle of this is a person, and he needs help. That's what I see.
Yeah, absolutely. And help, I hope, soon comes for Mayor Rob Ford. Because, and on the other end, this is the best damn marketing campaign Toronto has ever seen. It's still going on every day. The whole world now, Toronto, the egomaniac, the egocentric Toronto that has always touted itself as the center of the universe is the center of the universe. Everyone is looking, and I bet you tourist numbers go up this summer. I bet you any money. This, I come from the school of thought of there's no such thing as bad news. Any news is good news. Just talk. I don't care what. They're not talking about the Leafs. Not talking about the quality of life in Toronto. This is the best ad campaign you could ever ask for, but I'm tiring of it already. We'll take your calls if you have any. 610 CKTB time is 2:42. Sitting with Kim MacLaren in the booth today.
Woohoo.
For a little while. 905-688-2582 on the other side. If you want to talk more Ford Radio, we'll go to your calls. This is 610 CKTB.
If council were to clearly indicate that they lack the ability to function as a result of this matter, the province would respond to a request from council to be provided new tools depending on what that request might be.
Sit back, relax, and feel the perfect recliner for you at Lincoln Interiors. From tilt recliners with ottomans, recliners with massage, to power recliners or lift chairs in leather or fabric. Customers say we have the world's best recliners, so bring home the best for the holidays. Now at the best prices of the year. See our amazing selection. Over 75 recliners in stock for holiday delivery at Lincoln Interiors on Niagara Stone Road in Virgil.
There's one thing you can count on. Niagara packs a tough winter punch year after year. That's why you need a snowblower you can count on year after year. Right now at Larry's Rental, purchase a tough and dependable Aaron snowblower and get the warranty extended from 3 to 5 years. That's 5 years of dependable performance only Aaron's delivers. Offer valid till November 15th at Larry's Rental, 240 Ontario Street in St. Catharines, placing experience in your hands. Learn more at larrysrental.com.
You won't believe what's new at StarTile Carpet One. Hi, it's Gail, and I'm so excited to share our amazing new trends. Our new glass and mosaic line offers cool new patterns and textures, all in the latest colors at unbelievable prices. And you've got to see the new choices in tile, carpet, laminate, wood, leather, yes, leather floors, and so much more. New products are arriving every week. Please drop in and see what's new at StarTile in Fonthill.
If you're suffering from neck, shoulder, or lower back pain from any type of injury, see how Dr. Tony Barcelona and Dr. Megan West can help you. See their videos in the advisor section at 610ckTB.com. Brought to you by West Niagara Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Grimsby.
This holiday season, with every Shades of Joy purchase, Hunter Douglas will make a donation to the Children's Wish Foundation. Yay! And when you purchase any combination of 4 silhouette, duet, or vignette window shades with light rise between now and December 15th, you'll also receive a $200 manufacturer's rebate. Wow. Learn more about our Shades of Joy promotion. Visit MacLaren Reynolds, your Hunter Douglas showcase dealer at 28 Meehan Drive in St. Catharines.
Because it changes so quickly, it's a good bet. Another check on traffic and weather is coming up in minutes. Keep it on Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTB.
610 CKTB weather. Today, sunny. Winds out of the southwest, 40 kilometers an hour, gusting to 70, a high of 8. Tonight, clear, becoming partly cloudy after midnight. Winds 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 50, low of plus 5. Friday, mainly cloudy, winds 30 kilometers, high 9. And Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, low plus 4, high of 12 degrees. Right now, it's a fully beautiful sunny day in the city of St. Catharines. It's 8 degrees.
The all-new Weekend Morning Show on News Talk 610 CKTB with Paul and Carol Mutt.
And they're saying, oh, God, not that.
Paul and Carol Mutt.
I don't know how the hell this happened. Carol said yes. Now I got to get up at 6.
This weekend, you should be listening to Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTB.
We are. Hello.
Ho, 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 ho. Ready, Rudolph?
Ready, Santa.
First stop, Callis Home Hardware.
Even the big man knows that when it comes to holiday prep, there's no place quite like Callis. It's where you'll find everything you need to make your home jolly and bright inside and out. Trees and trimmings, animated decor, and enough lights to make a landing strip for Santa.
Ho, 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 ho. Touchdown!
Callis Home Hardware on 4th Avenue in St. Catharines. It's Santa's first stop. Make it your first stop, too.
And now, the Fido Dogs at work.
Hey, Coco. I hear you have a holiday plan that's going to take real good care of our customers.
Yep. Unlimited talk and messaging Canada-wide, plus 2 gigs of data and more for $60 a month.
Wow, you're like Santa.
More like Santa Paws.
This season, get unlimited talk and messaging Canada-wide, plus 2 gigs of data, call display, and voicemail for only $60 a month. Plus, enjoy our new Fido check-in appointments, taking care of you with savings and more. That's the Fido Advantage. Conditions apply.
The days are shorter, and that cardigan's looking pretty good right about now. Yes, autumn's here, but not to worry. Fleming Windows and Mirrors Fall Window Sale gives you savings of up to $50 per window. Plus, easy payments when you finance on your Enbridge gas bill. Save up to $50 per window and enjoy your cozy autumn with Fleming Windows and Mirrors at 29 Maywood Avenue in St. Catharines. Celebrating their 40th anniversary, now that's a lot of windows.
I'm a
Community Donation Center ambassador at Value Village. And whether you realize it or not, you're a huge asset in your community, in the world even, all because of those velvet Elvis paintings and that china you inherited but never use. When you donate reusable items at the Community Donation Center located at Value Village, we pay the Canadian Diabetes Association and other local nonprofits, which help support their programs. Donate and make a difference. Find us at valuevillage.com.
Nothing's more festive than a beautifully decorated home for the holidays, complete with a cheerful wreath on the front door, welcoming friends and family. Dress up your home with help from Harvest Barn. Beautiful winter greenery, garlands, and that classic wreath. Harvest Barn also has phenomenal fruit baskets that make gift giving a pleasure. And of course, all the fabulous fixins for all your holiday entertaining. Harvest Barn Country Markets in Niagara-on-the-Lake and St. Catharines. It's everything you need for the holidays.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon. Thanks to Ann Mantini coming in, Executive Director over at Wellspring Niagara. I'll give you some contact information. Friday, December 6th, is their gala event. A Starry Night, it's called, Charity Gala. Friday, December 6th, White Oaks Resort and Spa out on Taylor Road, Niagara-on-the-Lake. Tickets are $150 each. Partial charitable tax receipt will be issued in accordance with CRA, obviously. Donations over $25, I think it is. So tickets are $150. There's tables of 8 and 10 available. You will get a tax receipt for it as well. The contact number, you can Google them, obviously. Contact number is 905-684-7619. 905-684-7619. wellspringniagara.ca. Any one of the fine people down there will help you out. Again, Friday, December 6th, a Starry Night Charity Gala out at White Oaks, the 9th annual. Tickets $150, and you can call 684-7619. So thanks to Ann Mantini for coming in. Great hour. I've forgotten what an inspiration Aldo Mantini was to so many, and how many of us promised to do things on his deathbed hours, minutes before he died. And I didn't know that I was going to go down that road with Ann today, but I was there. And, wow, what a, I said to Ann off air, is it right to say that watching Aldo go was actually a beautiful thing? And I don't know. I've never felt that before. But my mother died in my brother's and I's arms. I mean, she took her last breath at Hospice Niagara. Who we're setting up next? The Executive Director of Hospice Niagara, another support community here. I mean, how many people have spent their last days at hospice? Just a really great facility. And inspiring staff. So, yeah, we could go all Ford radio, but what hasn't been said about the Ford situation already? I mean,
I'm glad you've gone this way today. I gotta say, I just, I'm just this gal, and frankly, I can be a little 610 news junkie. I like to listen to all you guys, and I don't know what the heck you're talking about half the time. I'm not...
we do get a little political.
You get a little political, and I sit and go, oh, okay, I guess that's what's happening in the world, and this is fun, and stop arguing. But I have my moments. However, this is really good today. I got to thank you, Jimmy. This has been inspiring to my heart. For months now. I mean, listen, I'm just a mom with a full-time job, single mom, full-time job. The days can be long. There's lots of activity. There's lots of things going on. I get tired. I get grumpy. There's just our life, right? And we are in it day in and day out. Not everything is perfect. There's bad days. There's good days. There's just stuff. This is just living. And sometimes we're faced with really difficult situations, and sometimes we're just kind of figuring out our purpose, and I've been like that the last few months, a little restless. I'm turning 40 in days.
We won't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. And, you just kind of go, what's my purpose, and what can I do that's bigger than myself, and really kind of struggling with all of those questions. And then sitting here today and sitting with Betty Lou and then with Anne, and just going, there are so many ways to do something that's bigger than ourselves. That craft dinner box that Betty Lou was talking about, that one man, or just volunteering at any of these places, or just anything. I've had opportunity lately to consider leaving this area and to maybe living life in another city, and came to the conclusion that I don't want to go anywhere. This is my home. This is where I'm to be, and this is a great place, and we can be greater, and we can do so much more than ourselves. I'm inspired today. Thank you. And it can be little.
You're welcome.
Greater can be little. I think Mother Teresa said, it just takes one smile. It just takes a little bit of love, in the ordinary. And so I think just if we all just kind of stopped in the middle of our stuff and went, I can just do one thing at the school, at the church, at the Wellspring Niagara, at community care, at wherever, my neighbor's house. What do they need today? Thank you. This is real good, feel good.
You're welcome.
Radio.
And you know what occurs? Thank you as well. You started this all because it was just offhand. I haven't talked to you in a little while, and I'm like, hey, we need to get you on the show, and then how that grew into Betty Lou, and then Annie, and our next guest, we're going to talk about Hospice Niagara. But what just occurs for me right now is in the spirit of giving back, but we're so broken, right? I mean,
yes.
We drive nice cars, we got nice clothes, we live in nice houses, and sometimes not even that. Sometimes, it's funny how you can lose everything sometimes too, right? And then you're sitting there, and next thing you know, you're at community care. You have a whole life.
Yeah.
But I hear you just say, I'm just a mom. I'm nobody. I've been looking, I've been searching, and it's funny how we just live small. We have a small opinion of ourselves. Who am I to be fabulous, I think, is in the poem, mistakenly attributed to Nelson Mandela's inauguration speech. He didn't actually say that, I don't think, but that poem, who am I to be brilliant? And, we do a great job of beating the hell out of ourselves.
True,
and not so much it's celebrating our victories and counting our blessings. I mean,
true. And it all does start in our home. I say that to the kids all the time. You know what? Kindness starts right here, right inside our home, and then let's spread that wherever. To the girl at Walmart, check out who stood there for 8 hours, who's tired, anywhere, and just give a little bit more. I heard a quote yesterday that said, the greatest way to help people change is just to love them exactly how they are.
Amen. Kim MacLaren, thanks for spinning.
Thank you.
Booting you out of here.
I know. I'm
leaving.
Got
another guest coming in. No, I said it first. You're getting the boot. You're out of here.
Thanks, Jimmy.
No problem. You're welcome, actually. Up next, we're going to talk to the executive director of Hospice Niagara, another place that's pretty important to me. I'm not going to read all the... You people are poisonous. What's your problem? I'm not reading your garbage, negative crap. Stop sending it to me. This is 610 CK to be on the other side of the break. We're going to Hospice Niagara.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Fannon. Thank you to my guests. What a day. Kim MacLaren, nice job. Betty Lou Souter, always stellar. I mean, Great job in the community, providing for the less fortunate. And Mantini. I'm surprised about the way that conversation turned. I wasn't really for that. Well done, Annie. Inspired by her little brother, Aldo Mantini, Wellspring, Niagara, was born. Always good to talk to her. They got a gala event coming up December 6th, Friday, Starry Night Gala out at White Oaks. And Carol Nagy, come on. 4 days on the job, the media call. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm in. Nice job. And Alicia Mary, both from Hospice Niagara. Well done. Oh, and it just occurs for me. It's all female radio today other than the host. That was my Rob Ford script. 3-pointer. Well, we've heard from Rob Ford. We've heard enough from Rob Ford. Now we've heard from Premier Wynne, Kathleen Wynne. I suppose she's got to say something. And now I see the scroll at the bottom of CBC News World. It's on behind the monitor here. In front of the big chair. That Rob Ford's admitted he's going to get some help. Am I right on this? Did he take the microphone again? Because I saw enough of his antics yesterday at City Council. What a mess. And then I don't watch TV that much. I finished doing Larry's shift yesterday, and gratitude for that. Honored to help out here and there. Big shoes to fill. So I finished essentially Larry's show yesterday. Get home, and I put CBC News World on, see what's happening. And certainly got up to speed quite quickly. And clip after clip after clip. And then I figured, well, stay up. I want to see Jimmy Fallon. I want to see Conan. I want to see Jay Leno. God, he's hard to watch. The other guys aren't too bad, especially Jimmy Fallon. What a talent. That kid is hilarious. And Jimmy Kimmel, too. Most of them went off with their take on the Rob Ford story. And somebody put it this way the other day. It's not good news for the city of Toronto if you live in the city of Toronto, but talk about an unbelievable marketing campaign. The whole world is looking at Toronto right now, good, bad, or ugly. You couldn't ask for more marketing. I got a couple texts. He was too young to be mayor and didn't get it out of his system. Horrible take. The Ford brothers look and sound like two dumb jackasses. Check. Hi, Jim. Do we know the voting breakdown for the council vote and get rid of Ford? Tony. Ford is not an employee. He can't be fired. Technically, he's accountable only to the people that elected him. Council cannot vote him off the island. There's no function of council. There's no protocol for that to happen. He has to step aside or be forced aside. Yeah, there are some things that council could do, like not sit for 60 days and become dysfunctional to a point where there is a mechanism, I believe, under the Municipal Act where the province can step in. But no, he's not a city employee. He can't be fired. And so don't compare him to, well, if I was on the job and I did this. No, he's a publicly elected official. We don't have recall mechanism to get rid of him. The vote that they took yesterday at City Council is non-binding. It's unenforceable. I get the idea. But no, unless he steps down, there's virtually nothing that can happen unless council takes the attitude that we're going to force a dysfunctionality of it to the point where the province happens to step in. 61010 for your text. You said it. You said it best. Ford is arrogant with a sense of entitlement and may I add, a self-serving bully. No Khan's a populist. Province stay out. And that is signed. Thank you for signing. The old crank. I don't. Another text at 6:10:10. Ford was last seen driving a Dodge. Okay. I don't know how that's helpful. Tim Parent's in the booth with me today, watching the story come across the wire. Wynn took the lectern and notified us of what we know already. I'm not sure if we needed to hear from her, but okay, she's been and gone. Did Ford take the mic today, Tim?
I think with what Kathleen Wynn said, I think she's opened the door now for City Council to take steps to get rid of Mayor Ford. I think we know that there's not a lot that can be done to oust him. He was democratically elected. He's an elected official, but she did make it clear that there is some sort of option available, and I think Patrick has the clip queued up. You can hear what she says.
If council were to clearly indicate that they lack the ability to function as a result of this matter, the province would respond to a request from council to be provided new tools depending on what that request might be. 4, because of the extraordinary and unique nature of any intervention by the province, I would consult with the other party leaders to see whether the legislature could move unanimously if required. The last thing this terrible situation needs is an overlay of partisan politics.
So that's pretty interesting. I mean, that right there says that we are open to the possibility of intervening if need be. It would obviously have to be no partisan politics here. The NDP would have to be on board with this. The Tories would have to be on board with this. But she has given the city an out. Now, is the city council going to say, we're dysfunctional, we can't get anything done, we need you to intervene? Let's see if that's going to happen. I don't know if you're going to be able to convince everyone on city council, regardless of their feelings towards this whole Ford situation, that they're going to say, you know what, we're dysfunctional. Because stuff is still getting done at City Hall. Technically, things are still getting done. This is a personal crisis for Rob Ford. As everyone has been quick to say, this is not a Toronto crisis. This is a Rob Ford crisis. Regardless, Rob Ford is the head of the city. So a crisis for Rob Ford is a crisis for the city of Toronto, which in turn is a crisis for the province of Ontario.
You think Wynn's saying then, I won't step in unless I have unanimous support?
Yes.
And failing unanimous support, I'm not going down that road.
I think so. I think that's exactly what she said. And you think
this has a chance to get political? You think there's one of the party leaders, I'm not going to name anyone, but do you think there's somebody who would say, I'm not touching this?
That's entirely possible. I could see one of the party leaders, not, and it would
only because your obvious affiliation.
Yeah, I would be Tim Hudak, who may not be willing to jump in on this because of his affiliation with the Ford boys, particularly that Doug Ford has already signaled his intention to run for the PCs.
And Tim Hudak hasn't backpedaled off his back.
No, and there's been
still behind him.
Very little from the PCs in all of this. So it'll be interesting to see if it reaches the point where it gets to Wynn, and then Wynn has to get all three parties involved, whether it stalls there again.
All right. Tim Parent joining us from the news department. He is news director. I am Jim Fannon. After this, we'll go to your calls on Rob Ford. This is 610 CKTB.
Money was tight, so our family didn't go out often. But when we did, Dad always took us to Zappy's. I'll never forget those feasts or Dad's proud smiles.
Zappy's Pizza continues the tradition of old-fashioned family fun. Enjoy one of Zappy's famous family-style meals, or let your kids create their own pizza right at the table. Order online at Zappys.com, or better yet, relive your favorite Zappy's pizza memories in the dining room on Stanley Avenue at Dunn in Niagara Falls.
My name is Triana, and our church had the opportunity to plan an Operation Christmas Child shoebox packing party. We invited those within our church and beyond our church doors in our community, about 250 people there in total. We all came together to pack shoeboxes for children in underdeveloped countries that don't have the resources that we have. Those that were part of it from the community loved it. They were also very encouraged. Make a difference this year by packing a shoebox or by planning a shoebox packing party. For more information, go to SamaritansPurse.ca.
This just in, Niagara Welding Academy is now a CWB-accredited test center. That's right, a CWB-accredited test center. Now, back to our regularly scheduled ad.
Niagara Welding Academy offers small classes starting every Monday, flexible hours, and payment options to suit your situation. Call 685-8984 or drop by the school on Cushman Road, St. Catharines. Niagara Welding Academy, a cool school for a hot trade.
And now, a CWB-accredited test center.
I'm back. That's right, your friendly neighborhood pharmacist that you remember and trust. Hi, it's Tom McAnulty inviting you to visit us at our grand opening of Tom's Pharmacy this Saturday. Check out the new store and catch up with some of your old friends. Founded on old-fashioned customer service, we'll transfer your prescriptions and serve all your pharmacy needs, like over-the-counter meds, prescriptions, and compounding. Tom's Pharmacy grand opening this Saturday from 10 to 4 p.m. Tom's Pharmacy on Bunting Road in the Mandarin Plaza, St. Catharines.
From the 610 CKTV News Center, Niagara, now.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. I'm Rod Mahood. Here's what's making news. As you heard live on 610 CKTV this afternoon, Ontario's Premier spoke about the deepening Mayor Ford scandal. Kathleen Wynne says it's upsetting, but the province does not plan on getting involved on its own. That is, unless council knocks on its door. CKTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Katie Franzios has more.
This is the clearest Kathleen Wynne has been on the matter, underlining that if council says it couldn't get any work done anymore, it could make a request to the province
to be provided new tools depending on what that request might be.
But the Premier says if that happens, she wouldn't go at this alone.
I would consult with the other party leaders to see whether the legislature could move unanimously if required.
The Premier wouldn't go into detail about what specific tool she has in mind. Wynne just read her 4-minute statement and walked back into her office without taking any questions. Katie Franzios, 610 CKTV News, Queen's Park.
A new drug is on the streets of Niagara. Police say Crocodile has arrived and that there are 2 reported cases of use in the region. Crocodile is an extremely addictive injectable opioid that first became popular in Russia and Ukraine over a decade ago. It was named Crocodile because the drug causes scaly crocodile-like skin around the injection site. Crocodile is a neurotoxin that causes brain damage, damage to internal organs, and produces severe tissue damage that at times requires limb amputations. Crocodile is a concoction of chemicals such as iodine, gasoline, industrial cleaning oil, lighter fluid, and paint thinner mixed with codeine. Crocodile is known to be primarily used by heroin addicts that can no longer afford heroin. Some users of Crocodile reported that they thought they were buying and using heroin until they started developing sores. And Niagara Region Public Health is advising residents to check to make sure you've had your measles vaccination. With recent outbreaks of the virus in BC, Alberta, and the Netherlands, Public Health is concerned it could spread here. The Region Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Jessica Hopkins, notes that measles is highly contagious, and with the busy holiday travel season right around the corner, it's better to be safe than sorry. Anyone born in 1970 or later who has not had 2 doses of measles vaccine is considered at risk. Checking CKTV Time Saver traffic. Niagara roads are running accident-free, so says the NRP. At the borders, 25-minute delays into the States at the Peace Bridge. On the Welland Canal, the Main Street Bridge in Port Colborne is up right now. Your weather tonight, partly cloudy skies, more wind with a low of 5. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies, chance of showers, high of 9 degrees. Your weekend, as of now, Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, 12 the high. And Sunday, cloudy with a good chance of showers and a high of 16 degrees. Right now, we're sitting at 9 degrees at 3:33. For more news in Niagara, go to 610ckTV.com or text us anytime with your comments and news tips at 61010. I'm Rod Mahood. News next at 4 o'clock on News Talk 610 CKTV.
People want to live independently in their homes, regardless of their age. That's why Alarm Force created Alarm Care. In any emergency, our central station operators can communicate directly with you and contact help. There's no annual contract, free installation and warranty, and only $28 per month. Whether the system is for you or your parents, call today.
Call 1-800-267-2001. Alarm Force.
Alarm Force is listed on the TSX.
How Bell makes following the Buffalo Sabres better.
Nathan asks,
I'm a huge Sabres fan, but I can't get all their games on TV this year. What can I do?
Well, Nathan, this is the season to make the switch to Bell TV. Only Bell gives you access to all the Sabres games on TV, and the best part is that it's included in your package at no extra cost. That should make any Sabres fan happy.
Every game? That's exactly what I need.
Glad to help.
Call 310-BELL or visit a Bell store for details. Bell, being a Sabres fan just got better.
Ho, 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 ho! Ready, Rudolph?
Ready, Santa!
First stop, Callis Home Hardware!
Even the big man knows that when it comes to holiday prep, there's no place quite like Callis. It's where you'll find everything you need to make your home jolly and bright inside and out. Trees and trimmings, animated decor, and enough lights to make a landing strip for Santa.
Ho, 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 ho! Touchdown!
Callis Home Hardware on 4th Avenue in St. Catharines. It's Santa's first stop. Make it your first stop, too.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. It's Fannon on Ford. Small Eric running the board. Screening your calls. We're going to get the phones in a minute just to get you up to date. We'll give you a few clips in case you missed them today of the order of appearances of Rob Ford. Just to give you a little context, what's been going on. Wynn did take the podium. She made a statement, but here's some Ford clips for you.
The last thing was Olivia Gondak. It says that I wanted to eat her in Gondak. I've never said that in my life to her. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home. Thank you very much.
First of all, Rob Ford, you are a liar. Liars are liars are liars. We don't believe you when you say anymore, I didn't do it. It didn't happen. Stop accusing the rest of your counselors of doing what you did. It doesn't make what you did right. Stop it. We don't believe you. And then he apologizes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for my graphic remarks this morning. Yesterday I mentioned it was the second worst day of my life except for the death of my father. For the past 6 months, I had been under tremendous stress. The stress is largely of my own making.
No. Beep. Really, Rob? You think? You know, I loved the other day when he said, I hope that nobody ever has to go through what I'm going through. And you know, we're all sitting here going, Rob, you did it to yourself. And then Wynn's comments today when she took the lectern.
Toronto is more than one politician. It's more than one government. Ontario's more than one politician or one government. I understand that people are affected by what's happening at this moment. But I want the people of Toronto to know that we will not be defined by this, and we'll work together to ensure that the people's interests are served.
I guess Wynn had to do something. Did she have to speak? Is she a political opportunist? Arnie in the Falls.
Hi, Fannon.
Sorry, brother. Yeah, go ahead. Hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Oh, you're fired. Anyway. You know what? She is a political opportunist, and this is just her trying to make some political points with the Liberal base in Toronto. I really think that, you know what, it's disgusting the waste of taxpayers' money, the Toronto taxpayers' money, that this is being allowed to paralyze City Council. You know, did he do anything? Has he done anything that he can be charged with yet? No. And as far as I'm concerned, they should get on with the business of running the city. He was voted in, okay? Now they're coming up with this policy that, if we don't like a mayor, we can get rid of them. I don't think so. I really think that goes against what a democratic process is.
It might go against the democratic...
You know what? If he's an alcoholic, drug addict, sex addict, he's probably... I know for a fact that he suffers from an addictive personality, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol, food, you name it. He suffers from the 7 deadly sins that go along with that. That's a given. But, you know, he's doing the job of mayor. I'm not cutting him any slack. He's not going to step down. They have to eat that, deal with it, carry on with the business of the day, which is running the city. And then come election time, vote his fat drug addict ass out of office. And that's how you do it.
Arnie, appreciate your takes, but let me get in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, to your point that they're devising something that exists in the political spectrum to get dysfunction to happen. I mean, Arnie, this is politics. This is what we do. Strategize, maneuver, meet behind closed doors, build consensus, bring the right supporters, get enough votes to carry the day.
But I was watching it yesterday, and I was listening to the comments. You know, like the Ford brothers have said that, okay, well, you know, now they know how Jesus feels. I don't think that's appropriate. I would say they should know more how Caesar feels, you know, the Ides of March. That's more like it.
I didn't hear the Jesus comment. That's brutal.
That?
I didn't hear the Jesus reference. That's
well, they made
ridiculous.
The reference, and it was on the roundtable discussion.
Because they're persecuted.
Yeah, because he's being persecuted. But the thing is, it's more like, you know, no, it's Caesar getting stabbed, you know, in the back by counselors that were once, you know, his allies and are now his enemies. But regardless of the fact. Anyway.
So he doesn't really step aside. What's your take? What do you think he should do? Stay on and pretend it's done?
No, what I think he should do is I think he should just do what everybody's saying. You know what? Step aside for a while. Let this blow over. If the cops have something to charge him with, charge him, and then use the criminal justice system. You know, the turf is...
yeah, you still can't get him out if he's under charges. You got to be tried, convicted, and sentenced before they can remove you from office physically, so this will go on forever.
You know what?
They'll never get rid of him.
If he doesn't want to leave, they need to accept and deal with the fact and do what's right by all citizens of Toronto and carry on with the business of the day. So, yeah, we have a mayor who's an embarrassment right now. We're dealing with it as best we can. You know, it's obvious that we have no way of getting rid of him. And you're right, Tim Hudak will not support this. Not at all.
You think Ford...
You're not going to get unanimous support on that.
Arnie, you think Ford should be concerned for his safety in Toronto right now?
I do, yeah, I would, because you know what? There's enough people and there's enough underlying anger that I think maybe just out of the fact of safety, you know, for the threats to his family and to himself, that maybe he should step aside. But that's a good point, Jim, because really I was thinking about that. And, you know, people are getting to the point where they're getting fed up that somebody, you know, some delusional person might want to try something to get rid of him.
Awesome. Appreciate your time, Arnie. Great call. Joe in St. Catharines, you're on with Jim Fannon.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Unbelievable.
I know. Sir, I'm not much of a politician, but whatever's going to happen, for the first time in our history, they're going to get rid of him.
How?
Whatever. Just like the lady said. They take a vote, this and that. They're going to come and tell him to step down. I don't say get rid of him altogether. They're going to tell him take a break. And that'll, whether they make a new law or not, they're going to vote to step him down. Will that be the first time in our history?
It's a long process, Joe. Don't see how they can make that happen quickly. In fact, I'm not sure they can do it. Well, maybe they can do it if they force the council to be dysfunctional and the province steps in. But by then we're in election mode, aren't we? I don't know.
Well, how long would it take? That's what she meant.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm sure they could do it before the next municipal elections will come up in November.
Away, isn't it?
Of 2014, exactly. Joe, great points. Appreciate your time and your call and you for listening. I am your fourth line scrub. Off the bench for the great Larry Fedoruk. My little feet in his big shoes. This is 610 CKTB.
A Lisa Live Health Minute to live your life better.
Research shows that adults aged 45 and older with 2 or more chronic conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancer, has increased to 21% in the last 10 years. For those over age 65, it's 45%. Hi, I'm Lisa Petty, and any one of these conditions can put a cramp in your lifestyle. With 2, it would be difficult for you to focus on much else. But up to 95% of the contributing factors to these diseases are lifestyle choices, like what and how much you eat, when you eat, what you drink, whether you get enough sleep and exercise, and stress-busting self-care. They're all entirely your choice. Learn what your body requires to stay healthy and then provide it. Even if you've already been diagnosed with a chronic disease, there is much you can do to feel better and heal better.
For more health and lifestyle tips, listen to Lisa Live Saturday mornings at 10 on 610 CKTV and follow Lisa on Facebook and Twitter at Lisa Live Radio.
Hi, this is George from Joe Fetta's Greek Village. The festive season is here, and Joe Fetta's Greek Village is the place to party. We're now taking reservations. We can accommodate groups of any size in our expanded dining room. It's a celebration you soon won't forget. Planning a house party? We can cater your party, or we can provide delicious, ready-to-serve specials for you to take home. However you choose to celebrate, we're here to help. Just give us a call at 646-3399. Joe Fetta's Greek Village, 290 Lake Street, St. Catharines. You can visit us at joefetta.com.
If you're suffering from neck, shoulder, or lower back pain from any type of injury, see how Dr. Tony Barcelona and Dr. Megan West can help you. See their videos in the advisor section at 610ckTV.com. Brought to you by West Niagara Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Grimsby.
When other stations make you wait for your traffic reports, it's kind of ironic. We hate irony. Get your traffic and weather now on Niagara's News Talk 610 CKTV.
610 CKTV weather. Today sunny. Winds gusting to 70 kilometers an hour. High of 8 degrees. Tonight clear. Winds out of the southwest at 30 kilometers, gusting to 50, low plus 5. Friday, mainly cloudy. Winds 30 high of 9 right now. It's 8 degrees in a sunny St. Catharines.
This is Michelle Dubé in the CTV Newsroom. It can expose harmful ingredients hidden in your food. How a simple wave with a pocket-sized scanner could save the life of a food allergy sufferer. That story tonight on CTV News at 6.
Attention Niagara Region, the biggest used car sale of the year is happening in St. Catharines today till Saturday. Brian Cullen Motors has over 150 pre-owned vehicles specially selected for this exclusive 3-day event. Trade-ins, auction, estate, and U.S. vehicles, fleet liquidations, and daily rentals starting from $1,995. Chevrolets, Cadillacs, Corvettes, Pontiacs, Buicks, GMCs, and luxury imports. Cars, pickups, SUVs, crossovers, sports cars, and vans. Huge selection, price to sell now. Save big at Brian Cullen Motors, 386 Ontario Street, St. Catharines.
Nothing's more festive than a beautifully decorated home for the holidays, complete with a cheerful wreath on the front door, welcoming friends and family. Dress up your home with help from Harvest Barn. Beautiful winter greenery, garlands, and that classic wreath. Harvest Barn also has phenomenal fruit baskets that make gift giving a pleasure. And of course, all the fabulous fixins for all your holiday entertaining. Harvest Barn Country Markets in Niagara-on-the-Lake and St. Catharines. It's everything you need for the holidays.
Purchasing new flooring for your home shouldn't be overwhelming. Discover the service, selection, and value of MacLaren Reynolds, your Niagara flooring experts. Our experienced flooring team will guide you through the latest solutions and styles in our extensive showroom collection of carpets, hardwoods, laminates, and the latest environmentally friendly options. Once you've narrowed down your choices, MacLaren Reynolds' free, no-obligation quotes are sure to please. Visit the MacLaren Reynolds showroom today at 28 Nehan Drive in St. Catharines. MacLaren Reynolds, your Niagara flooring experts.
When your plumbing's broken and your drains won't flow, call on Mr. Reuter, he's the plumber we all know. Ready to assist you and he really loves to serve. Mr. Reuter is the plumber you deserve.
Why does Mr. Reuter let you know the price before he starts the work? Because Mr. Reuter knows that most people want to know what it's going to cost instead of worrying about how long it's taking. There's a reason they call us Mr.
Mr. Reuter is the plumber you deserve.
Hey, hockey fans, see your favorite NHL alumni at the Gale Center in Niagara Falls. Scotiabank invites you to see former Toronto Maple Leafs captain Rick Vaive and guest coach Ambassador Walter Gretzky take on the White House All-Stars. Thursday, November 21st at 7 p.m. Proceeds support Help a Child Smile. For tickets, visit benefithockey.com or call 1-877-431-0685. Presented by Scotiabank, the official bank of the NHL Alumni Association, and 610 CKTB.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Welcome back. Jim Fannon, honored to fill in for the week, 1 to 4 for Larry. New motion to be considered at Toronto City Council, seeking to strip the mayor of his rights as of power to hire and fire. Wow. 61010 is your text. Forgot all apologies are non-apologies, as always adds but. If I could just interrupt this text. One trainer of mine used to say, everything that comes after the but is BS. In other words, it's a lie. Forgot all apologies are non-apologies, as he always adds but. Today, sorry for the vulgar language, but you attacked me and my family, so I saw red. Thank you, old crank. On a text again. Now we have two Hoser brothers named Rob and Doug. That was Bob and Doug. Okay, Rob and Doug, yeah. Robert, Bob, got it. In the next lawsuit, we hear McKenzie brothers are pissed because they didn't get it 30 years ago. Darren, thank you. I will have a good run. It has been a good run. 905-688-2582. My thanks to my guests today. Pretty cool. Thanks to Kim MacLaren. Great story. Betty Lou Souter, Community Care. Don't forget, December 13th, be on the lawn of the White House of Rock, Talk, and Schlock to stuff the bus. You'll get to see Phil Porter. I call him El Porchapo. El Porco. Porky was his nickname. Always trying to modify it a little bit. Great guy. Good guy to hang out with. Meet some celebrities. Some rock stars that work here at the radio station. The first liners. The pros. I'll be here dressed very warm. Grab a coffee. Betty Lou Souter will be here. Jim Bradley usually pops in at some point. They'll broadcast from outside on the steps. And you can fill the bus for Community Care. Thanks, Betty Lou, coming on with short notice today. Awesome. Then Ann Mantini, Hospice Niagara, providing support services for the sick and the dying and families of cancer victims, both alive and past. Great support network there. And then Carol Nagy. Awesome. 4 days on the job as executive director over at Hospice Niagara. She takes an interview with me. Nice. Nicely done. So it's my pleasure to fill in for Larry. Tomorrow's our last day. Filling in, don't worry. Larry will be back at his regular time slot, 1 to 5, Monday to Friday. Kevin Jack picking up an extra hour this year. Larry just makes it look so easy. 4-hour stint. He doesn't even need to take a call. That's talent. Tommy's my time slot because we all listen when it's convenient, and I'm an office guy in the morning. I do the, 7:30, 8:30 to noonish or 11:30. I'm in the office. So in my car, I get digital music. Sometimes I listen to 610. Lots of times, actually. But in the office, it's always on podcasting, online streaming. So he's my time slot, and the guy I participate more on. Kevin Jack's show I've been catching a lot lately. Last time I caught you.
Program, Timmy.
We got the last time I tuned in, and then I became a caller. I think you're on with
show.
Harris and McMullen.
Oh, that was gold.
Epic.
That was gold. Basically, just had to throw the both of those two on the air and then just sit back and stay out of the way. Just you two guys go. And I'll just sit back and let you know when we're running out of time. That's about it.
And then you went, actually, Matt's still on the phone. Mr. Mayor, you want to go on a three-way? I'm like, no, don't do it. Yeah, it worked out perfect.
Beautiful.
What's coming up on the Kevin Jack Show?
We're going to get Kevin Struband on from the Lincoln County Humane Society to talk about the threat, the very real threat now that the mayor of Toronto may come down and actually eat all of the cats and kittens over at the LCHS.
You know what? I'll tell you something.
It's a very real concern because you look at the expanding waistline of that man, and he's got to be feeding himself on something. And obviously he has run out of all the, the regular sources of food. So today, he made that announcement this morning about that alternative source of protein. And we're just going to see if that's affecting the cat and kitten population.
I'll tell you one thing. Struban is a media manipulator. That guy knows how to get ink and time on the like I guess he's to the point, man. He's the only guy in the region that we kind of go to for animal cases. But practicing out your stand-up today?
No, he's not coming on the show. Kevin Struban will not. Actually, we do have some pretty cool, some cool guests today on the show. We are going to go live to the Philippines and talk about the recovery efforts after the terrible typhoon. The executive VP of World Vision Canada just landed in the Philippines, and the deal is, with the time change and everything, I mean, it's middle of the night over there, but he's wide awake.
Wow.
Just looking for something to do.
Not only taking your call, he's going to come on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
He's like, look, I'm wide awake over here right now, so I'd love to do some media back home and let people know what the situation is here and how we can help out. So he's going to join us live from the Philippines at 5 o'clock, 6:15 tonight. We've got Ronnie Schuker of the Hockey News. He just wrote a cool book called The Biggest of Everything in Hockey. And it's exactly that. Biggest player, biggest goalkeeper, biggest comeback. Stuff like that. Just total coffee table, bathroom reader. And that will bring us into the Ice Dogs game because the Greyhounds are in town tonight. So we got pregame at 6:30. And coming up right after 4 o'clock, Brock University geography professor Philip McIntosh is going to join us. He just wrote a 12-page analysis of the Grand Parade with the Wine Festival.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to see an independent look at the Grand Parade and what they can do to make it better. Maybe mistakes they've made in the past or things that they've done right in the past that we could expand on. So that's coming up after 4. And, of course, interspliced through the whole program, continued reactions out of the GTA because the circus just continues.
Awesome. Nice job, Kevin. Kevin's coming up.
And know what else? It's almost like Jim. I know what I'm talking about on the Kevin Jack Show because a couple of weeks ago I correctly said that the court documents are what's going to bring Mayor Rob Ford down. And lo and behold, what are we focused on today? The court documents, because the court documents you can't hide from. Everything else is speculation. The court documents, somebody witnessed you doing this. What do you have to say to that? The lawsuit, that's just frivolous. It's never going to happen. Totally fruitless. And more just yesterday on the show, I said, boy, now that it's actually come out that he's drinking and driving, by tomorrow, being now today, we're going to hear from Mad Canada. Lo and behold, Mad Canada has now come out to admonish the mayor of Toronto. So again, I mean,
everyone's jumping on.
It's almost like
pile on Ford.
Yeah, almost.
Great. Thank you, Kevin Jack. Coming up in a couple minutes after the news, Kevin Jack takes the airways 4 to 7. I am Jim Fannon. On the way out, we leave you with a little local band, Hybrid Niagara, Toronto Hybrid, Mice on the Hurricane. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm Jim Fannon. I'm out.
But it ain't finished yet. Its ignorance is only bliss to the inconsiderate, and it's cold and mold crawling through the window wells. Where roll can't sound like dinner bells. It's a hold up, smoke out, breathless and choked out. No help for those who don't help themselves. And it's growing out the armpits. It's a leak in the ceiling, not a stain in the carpet. And I could try to explain, but the big